Welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K23 Next Gen. In today's video, we are going to be continuing with the off-season rebuilds, and today we have the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder exceeded everybody's expectations for them this season. They ended up making the play-in. They even won a play-in game, ultimately lost that second game to the Timberwolves, did not get the 8th seed, but if I'm a Thunder fan right now, I'm feeling absolutely incredible. At the end of the day, you still have, 15 first-round picks over the next 4 drafts, and now you have a little bit of experience, not necessarily playoff experience, but albeit some higher level stakes experience with that young core. This team is going to be very, very good for a very long time. As always, let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. I've been enjoying the offseason rebuild so far. It appears that you guys have been enjoying them as well. So let me know what other teams you want me to do down below in the comment section, of course, with any other video ideas. Of course, you guys are new around here. If not yet subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit that sub button real quick. Turn on some post notifications. Trying to grow the community over here, and we'd love to have you. But yeah, man, I've touched on the Thunder. Obviously, I'll talk about them a whole lot more once we get into this video, but the future is extremely bright in Oklahoma City. Let's go get a couple championships. All right, so before we do get into this rebuild and we start making moves and everything like that, we sim the playoffs, I just want to let you guys know that there's something a little bit different right now than in normal rebuilds that I've been doing. This is actually a shared scenario right now. This is not an actual start today file in 2K. If you don't know and you haven't played 2K in a couple days, it's actually glitched right now. So I actually had no idea. I want to give a huge thank you to Crushables, another 2K YouTuber. If you don't know him, definitely go check him out. He actually asked me and said, is Start Today broken for you on Monday? And I hadn't played 2K since Friday, and this is my first time playing since Friday. Start Today is broken right now, and I'll just read you his explanation because he kind of says it best. It simulates the second round and doesn't even show you who won the championship. Then no one is a free agent in the offseason. The same contracts just roll over. So that's a huge pain in the ass. I am in a shared scenario right now, and I'm only really telling you guys that because if anything looks a little bit different, that is why. I'm trying to make everything as perfect as possible, and I don't really think anything will look too different, but if anything does, anything's a little bit more weird, whatever, than it normally is, that is why I want to let you guys know. 2K, you can eat a bag of dicks. Go fix your fucking game. Let's get into this one. So 40-42 on the year. As I mentioned, we ended up making the play-in. We lost the second game. We won the first game against the Pelicans, the Timberwolves. Ended up just being a little bit too much for us. So this is an incredible young team. This is a team that is going to be good for a very, very long time. Let's get into some of it. SGA is a complete superstar. He's most likely at worst going to be All-NBA second team. He'll probably be All-NBA first team. Josh Giddey had a tremendous first play-in game. Struggled a little bit in the second one, but he's going to be paired up with SGA probably for the next 10-plus years if everything goes to plan. Jalen Williams had a tremendous rookie season. He was a tremendous surprise and probably will finish in the top 3 in terms of Rookie of the Year voting. Lou Dort, great defensive piece. We have Isaiah Joe. We have Poku, Kendrick Williams, Trey Mann, Aaron Wiggins, J.R. Reed. Sorry, I mean, there's just crazy depth that's already, for the most part, really, really young. And we still have, 15 first-round picks over the next 4 drafts. So it's absolutely insane. We're going to sim the rest of the playoffs right now. Hopefully we can kind of get into this and everything is normal. Again, who knows with 2K these days, but we're hoping. Yeah, I'm sure the Hawks will be in the Celtics. Yeah, that's coming. That's my saltiness. Atlanta goes on to win the finals. I wish somebody loved me as much as 2K loves the Atlanta Hawks. It really is. It's a special relationship. It really is. All right, let's get into the offseason. Again, hoping everything is normal. Let's hit the draft lottery. See what picks we are ended up projected. We're currently projected the number 8 overall pick via the Wizards. It looks like that's our only lottery pick at the moment, but let's see where it ends up kind of sitting. And we end up staying, oh no, the Wizards have their first round pick. So no top 10 picks for us this year. We do have our own pick at number 12, which is cool. And yeah, man, I can live with that for the first year. It's weird not seeing a Thunder logo in the top 3. I'm just expecting it almost at this point. Mark Daigneault is not going anywhere. He just had a great season over there in Oklahoma City. We'll head up to the draft where we do have that number 12 overall selection. I actually don't mind not having a top 3 pick this year because, to be honest with you, I want to give this this team a full year of their starting 5 that they had last year and kind of see how things go. So obviously progression will play a huge factor in that as well. But I'll draft somebody at number 12, and hopefully at that point we can just maybe get another bench piece for us. So I don't really need any of these draft picks right now, so I'm just going to make some trades, maybe get some future picks, and kind of call it at this point. Thank you very much, Celtics. So we have the 12th overall selection. We'll sim up to it. Not going to move up too much in this one. And let's look at the summary so far. So Victor Wembanyama goes 1, Brandon Miller, Scoot Henderson, Eamon Thompson, Greg Dickey. So in terms of prospects that are sitting here, I mean, Alistair Thompson is here. I have Isaiah Joe as my backup at the moment, but I kind of like Alistair Thompson. I've drafted him before. He's progressed really well. He's going to be my guy. Welcome to the team, Alistair Thompson. I don't know exactly what overall he's going to be. He is a 76, 20 years old. I mean, the youngest team in the NBA only gets younger. I mean, what are they? I think they were the second youngest team in the history of the NBA, which is just absolutely insane that they're, a borderline playoff team at that. Jared Butler, not going to get a qualifying. Lindy Walters, the third. He's a 74 overall. It's only a $2 million qualifying. Why the hell not? I'll give it to him. All right, let's hit free agency here. So here, let me just explain to you. I don't want to, harp on this for too long, but the glitch that's currently going on in 2K, if you haven't played My League, My NBA, whatever you want to call it, what happens here is that there's no new free agents. So, like, hypothetically, Kyrie Irving's contract expires this offseason. He will be a free agent. In whatever glitch is going on in 2K right now, he just automatically continues to go back to the Dallas Mavericks. It's weird. I don't know why. Like, the top free agent when I looked at it was Miles Bridges, and that's because he's not on a team right now. So, obviously, that's a pain in the ass. It's probably been, 3 or 4 days since this has been happening. So, the fact that 2K really can't get on their shit just kind of shows what kind of company they are. And hopefully they get it done soon. All right, let's take a full look at this team right now. We do have Isaiah Joe here, who I obviously knew we had. I kind of wanted to progress Alistair Thompson, though. Eventually have him be the backup to Josh Giddey. So we'll see what kind of decision we make in terms of our backup shooting guard. A lot of power forward depth. I like Jalen Williams a lot, obviously. Well, we have 2 Jalen Williams. But this Jalen Williams specifically is going to be my starting power forward. And then I don't mind the depth here. I kind of want to get Ousmane Dieng some minutes. He was the 11th overall pick last year. And we'll see. And then the center spot. Oh, I got to turn injuries off. Poku will probably be the backup behind Chet Holmgren. So let me go turn injuries off. I'll see you guys with whatever's next. Our first trade is going to be officially locked in. It's going to be coming with the Chicago Bulls. Aaron Wiggins, Kendrick Williams, and that first round pick we got technically from Memphis, but it's a Warriors pick. Heading over to Chicago, and we're getting an unprotected Trailblazers pick next year and an unprotected Bulls first round pick next year. So I think at a minimum, one of those two will most likely be in the top 10. And the reason we're moving on from Aaron Wiggins is we're going to have Alistair Thompson slide up to the backup 3. And then Kendrick Williams, I just don't need a backup power forward. So that is our first trade. We're going to slide Alistair Thompson up to the backup small forward spot. He will be the backup to Lou Dort right there. And in terms of other moves I'm going to make with this team, there's not going to be many. This core is obviously young. We are hoping that a lot of these guys can progress a lot better. And I decided not to move Isaiah Joe. He had a good year last year, and ultimately he has another year of team control. So wanted to hang on for him. And the problem now becomes, who do I have backup Jalen Williams, JRE, or Ousmane Dieng? Also, I had injuries off already, and Chet Holmgren, I don't know. Hopefully it fixes itself by next year. I mean, the depth on this team is insane. I feel bad. I don't want to move Jalen Williams, but we just don't really need him at this point. In terms of contracts, JRE has another year after this. Ousmane Dieng obviously does as well. So I'm not going to move either of them. They just probably won't play. One of them won't, and obviously probably Jalen Williams won't get many minutes here. So I'll see you guys at the start of year. It's year 1 here in OKC. So by no means did we have a crazy offseason, but I think it was the exact kind of offseason we wanted. We didn't make any crazy moves, and we're letting our young guys progress. It's exactly what I was hoping for. It's shai-Gilgeous, Alexander, Josh Giddey, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren as our starting 5. I'm really excited to see how Chet Holmgren kind of adapts to the NBA, because the man technically has not played a minute of real NBA basketball yet. Isaiah Joe will be our 6th man, followed by Poku. Then we have Alistair Thompson. We obviously took him, 12th overall. He'll be my backup small forward. We have JRE and then Trey Mann. Unfortunately, the depth on this team is just too good to the point where, there's really nothing we can do about it. Like guys like Jalen Williams, Ousmane Dieng, Lindy Walters, even Jared Butler, who for some reason got a qualifying offer, even though I don't think I offered him one, but whatever, aren't really able to get minutes, which sucks because I'm not running a 13-man rotation. I'm just not doing it. But we'll see. Maybe try to find them a new home next offseason potentially. So as of now, though, I like this team a lot. I'm feeling good. I'll see you guys at the end of year 1. Year 2 ends, and we finish with a record of 57-25 in the regular season. I'm obviously hoping that was good enough for a top 3 spot in the West, and I have a feeling that it's going to be. Darius Garland is your MVP, almost averages 30 points a game, 3 rebounds, 12.5 assists. 2K loves this man. Victor Wembanyama went number 1, wins Rookie of the Year. Really no surprise, it happens every time. Miles Bridges signed in San Antonio. He is the 6th man of the year. Nick Claxton, Defensive Player of the Year. Darius Garland, Most Improved. JB Bickerstaff takes home Coach of the Year. So, we're actually the 1 seed here, as you can see right there. We're 3 games up on the Denver Nuggets, and yeah, man, we're young, but we're a fun team, and don't necessarily have the most experience, but I'm still feeling pretty good about our squad. Not a bad rookie season. Technically, it's a rookie season, I think, from Chet Holmgren. 11 points, 10 rebounds, basically. I'll take it. Poku, Hauser Thompson. I hope he didn't shoot a lot of 3-point. Yeah, you gotta have to maybe work on that. Isaiah Joe, Trey Mann, JRE. Let's take a look at rebounds. That was Chet Holmgren, and assists, Josh Giddey. All right, so we're going to be taking on the 8-seeded Utah Jazz here. In round 1, Colin Sexton, Chai Agbaji, Lowry Markkinen. They drafted Brandon Miller, Walker Kessler. They added Russell Westbrook, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Mo Bamba. It's an interesting team. I do think we're better. I think 100% we have the best player in the series, and we do end up sweeping the Utah Jazz in the first round. The New Orleans Pelicans are never a fun team to face, especially when I'm assuming the Houston Rockets just gave them Alperen Şengün. I mean, where did he come from? Who did you give up? I don't know. Trey Murphy's still here. Herb Jones is still here. I genuinely have no idea. Maybe they were just feeling generous over there in Houston. We're up 2-0 right now. We go up 2-1 in the series. They tie it up 2-2. They win 3 straight, and we lose 4 straight. Wow. That is never fun. That is never fun. All right, well, that's some good experience. Obviously, it's a swift kick in the balls when you win the first 2 in a series on your home floor and go on to win 4 straight, or lose 4 straight. We're going to be taking on, us. It's going to be a Cavs and Pelicans finals. It's early in the morning right now. Darius Garland, finals MVP, along with regular season MVP now. Yeah, this game, between the Atlanta Hawks and the Cleveland Cavaliers, I think 2K has some of their big crushes now. So that is year 1 coming to an end. We're heading into offseason number 2. I'm hoping some of these draft picks hit. Oh my God. We're projected 2, 3, 5, and 7, along with 11. We end up with 2, 3, 6, 8, and 12. Holy shit. Yeah, I want Mark Dagnall back. I genuinely don't know what I'm going to do with all these draft. I mean, I just don't know. I have absolutely no idea because I think it's almost like too many picks. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not just going to give them up. I mean, what do I do with this? I have what? What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 first-round picks in this year's draft alone. Never mind the fact that I have this treasure trove of assets just sitting for future years. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And I almost want to do something that I really have never done before. I almost want to, like, go select another team, turn off their untouchables, and just trade for, like, a crazy superstar player. But I'm not going to do that because I feel like it is cheating a little bit. But I have so many assets, and I want to cash in on some of these assets. But I just can't because there's only so many players you can trade for. You guys probably know what I'm saying. So I'm going to have to think about this one for a minute, so I'll be back. Between some guys having team options that haven't been picked up yet and the untouchables, there's just literally nobody that I can possibly trade for that would be really worth giving up any of these draft picks. So, in turn, that means I'm going to trade some of them. I'm going to keep 2 and 3, maybe even 6. I'm going to move 8 down. I mean, I don't need them. And I'd rather get some future assets that could be pretty valuable. So there's obviously some players I would take some picks for or give up some picks for. I'm not really seeing any of these players at the moment. Just give me a goddamn draft pick. Seriously? Nobody wants to give me a draft pick. Why does this game make everything so challenging? It really is to the point where it's kind of ridiculous. Seriously, I can get a draft pick every other day of the week, but just not today? I mean, some of this game, bro. How about if I go 1 pick at a time? Number 8 overall. Nothing. Okay. Well, this game has officially started to piss me off, and I'll see you guys in the draft. We're doing this deal with the Sacramento Kings. We're sending them the 12th overall selection in both the first and the second round, and we're going to take 2 future first-round picks from them. I'm at the point where I really don't care what I get in return. It's too many draft picks that I just genuinely do not need. So, yeah, thank you very much, New York Knicks, and I'm cool there. So, we're in the draft. We obviously have number 2 and number 3 overall. If you look at the summary so far, Ian Jackson went number 1 overall. I don't know. I'll take Matas Buzet. Sure, I know how well he can progress. I will take I don't even know. Maybe Isaiah Collier can be a backup. I see, obviously, Xavier Booker, DJ Wagner here. Bronny James is here. I'll take Isaiah Collier. He can be the backup to SGA. I mean, at this point, it's just actually I don't know what to do with all of these picks. Aaron Bradshaw could be a cool new backup center for me. Ron Holland's also here. So I have Lou Dort now, and I'm obviously going to go ahead and, yeah, with who did I just draft? I drafted Matas Buzelis. He'll probably be my starting small forward. I don't even know. Like, it's too many guys. Aaron Bradshaw, welcome to the team. And, yeah, we still have number 8. I mean, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. You know what? Why not? Xavier Booker, welcome to the team. I mean, that is just 4, like, blue chip prospects. I mean, it does not get any better than that. I mean, it's a 77, 77, 76, and 75. All guys in 4 years' times could be 90 overalls, along with all of these team options that we have. I mean, it is just ridiculous. Jared Butler, no. Poku, yes. Lindy Walters, probably not. I don't need him anymore. All right, so, yeah, we enter free agency. Obviously, money is really not on our side anymore because we have drafted so many players. Obviously, those contracts do start to add up. So I do want to make a trade. Not all 4 of those guys that just drafted are going to be staying here. I like Lou Dort. He's a great defensive piece. I want to get an upgrade at the small forward spot. If I'm looking at this team, that's maybe the one spot where there's, you know, a need for a clear upgrade. I mean, you can make an argument for our front court as well, but I'm fine with that for now. So let's go ahead, try to find ourselves a new small forward. I don't know how this is going to work, but let's see what we can find. I'm going to attempt to trade for Brandon Ingram. It's such an annoyance, the fact that he's probably the best player I can get. And I don't say that as a bad thing. He's a great player, obviously. But like just looking at this list of small forwards, you're not trading for Tatum. They don't let you trade for Jimmy. Kawhi is not happening. He's a free agent, and he's just too old. I don't really want him. Levine is not better than... I don't know. I'm not getting in that conversation. But you know what I'm saying? It's just... It gets to a point where it I don't know. Lou Dort has to be in here to make the money work. We have a lot of guys making, you know, decent money, but they're not, unfortunately, going to be, like, making enough money. So, you can have Isaiah Joe if you want him, $6 million, and you want Ousmane Dieng, $165,000. This is the most unserious basketball game I've ever played. Aaron Bradshaw. It's probably an overpay, but you know what? I just have so many guys and so many assets that I'm at the point where I really don't care that much. So we are probably going to trade Ousmane Dieng, maybe even JRE at this point. Definitely JRE, just because he's an expiring contract and I have the depth. Let's just see. Anybody want to give me a pick today for him? Thank you very much, New York. I mean, I want picks, but I also don't. I don't need 138 draft picks. So we're also going to be going ahead, and I do want to re-sign Poku. I don't want to just let him go. So I'll wait on him. Everybody else is free to leave. Nope, do not match. And yeah, I'll wait till after moratorium. I'm going to bring him back, and then I might see you guys even with another trade. He wants about 17 million a year. It's not terrible. So I genuinely, I don't really know. I think Jalen Williams can probably be moved at this point. This Jalen Williams, at least, I think we have our centers figured out, and I don't think Jalen Williams is really going to be part of the rotation in any way, shape, or form. So, yay, more draft picks. All right, I'll see you guys at the start of year 2. Year 2? Are we still in year 2? I don't even know. Wow, what an offseason it was. It was almost an overwhelming offseason. I feel like it's just so much to unpack how many draft picks and assets this team has, and yeah, I think we probably got the best player we were actually able to trade for in Brandon Ingram. If you guys want to let me know in the comment section if you ever want me to, I don't know, maybe turn off some untouchables. Because obviously there's a point where there are untouchable players in the league. I think Giannis is probably number 1. I would say Luka Doncic is a close 2, but Mark Cuban keeps things up. He could be gone soon. So you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of untouchables until guys aren't, and they obviously ask for trades. I think that's a huge part of what this game is ultimately missing, and maybe one day we'll get it, but probably not. I fucking hate this company. So sorry for the rant. This is the team. I'm feeling good. We're probably a championship contender. It's Shai-Gilgeous Alexander, Josh Giddey, Brandon Ingram, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren. The bench unit, Alzer Thompson, Poku, Matas Buzelis, Isaiah Collier, Ousmane Dieng. So we drafted 4 guys in, the top 8 last year. 2 of them are playing. We traded 1, and Xavier Booker will be on the bench to start out year 2. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2, hopefully with a really good record. It was a very good second season. We go 74-8, giving us the best record in NBA history. Obviously, it doesn't mean nearly as much if you don't go out and win the damn thing. Luka Doncic gets his first career MVP, averaging a triple-double. Adas Mara wins Rookie of the Year. He went 29th overall. And yeah, cool. Anthony Black, 6th man of the year. Chet Holmgren wins defensive player of the year. I didn't think I'd be seeing that. Carson Wallace, most improved. Mark Daigneault, coach of the year. 74 wins tends to give you a coach of the year nod. We were 17 games up on the 2-seeded Dallas Mavericks. 14 games up on the Cavs with the best record in the league. Let's take a look at the numbers. SGA, Brandon Ingram, Josh Giddey, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, Thompson, Buzelis, Poku, Collier, Jang. Rebounds led by Chet Holmgren, and assists was Mr. Josh Giddey. All right, we have the Pelicans here in round 1. We actually went up 2-0 on them last year and then lost 4 straight games. I'm not trying to run it back and do that again. So, yeah, a little bit of a different result this year would be fine by me. We're up 3-1 at the moment. 3-2. We move on to round 2. 5-seeded Portland Trailblazers still have Damian Lillard, Anthony Simon, Shaedon Sharpe, Jeremy Grant, Clint Capella. Yeah, they've gotten better. I think that's pretty clear. I mean, between progression to adding a guy like Clint Capella, you have Carson Wallace here now. I mean, I just still don't really think that team is really moving anybody. So we're up 2-1. We make it 3-1, and we're in the West Finals. We have the 2-seeded Dallas Mavericks. Do you get Lucas some help? Well, not much real help. Yeah, there's no way that team's touching us. We're taking on the Detroit Pistons and Cade Cunningham, who just won Eastern Conference Finals MVP. SGA took it home for us. And let's head into the finals, hopefully getting it done in year 2. Shit, I forgot they drafted him. Well, that could be a problem for us. Shit. All right, well, we're down 3-1 at the moment, 3-2. All right, I mean, if it's close, I'll hop in. If it's not, if it's a blowout, either way, I'm not hopping in. Okay, looks like we could potentially be stealing Game 6 on the road, heading back to a Game 7 at our place, and potentially coming back from being down 3-1. Let's see what ends up. Okay, this is not the start we were looking for here, people. All right. Really? You're going to go out on the road in Game 6 and win just to lose Game 7? Well, yeah, that's not fun. What? Oh, Shay, we're not. I'm sick. I'm sick. We end up losing the finals in year 2 to the Detroit Pistons. Cade Cunningham, finals MVP. Obviously, we have one more shot at it, and yeah, I'd like to hopefully go out and get it done. I think it's about time. It appears we are only projected 2 top 10 picks this year. I only say 2. We end up with number 1. We also do have number 8 from the New York Knicks, and yeah, man, I think at this point, I don't need anybody. We have the first overall pick. I might try to make a trade, maybe upgrade my power forward spot. I don't even know. I mean, I genuinely don't know. I mean, is Jaren Jackson Jr. available? The problem is really going to become that I just don't have the money to get it done. I mean, I'll probably obviously have to throw Poku in this deal, and then, I don't know. You want Xavier Booker? This is probably going to reach the point where it's going to be an overpay, but it's the final season, and I really don't give a shit. So, welcome to the team, Jaren Jackson Jr. He's an upgrade over Jalen Williams, who will now be coming off our bench. Yeah, I mean, he's a Defensive Player of the Year award winner. So, we still have a lot of picks in the draft, don't get me wrong. We have the 8th overall selection, who I probably won't really use just because I don't really feel like I need it. And, yeah, I'm just going to move him. We're at the point where our depth is so crazy that like Paul George, could I just bring Poku back? Cool. Oh, man, I love 2K. Who else did we pick? Did we get Harrison Barnes? Yeah, I don't need Harrison Barnes. I'm going to trade all these picks. I'll see you guys whatever's next. We have 2 major free agents, the first being Josh Giddey. He is going to get a qualifying offer because it is the final year. And then Brandon Ingram is somebody I definitely want to go out and pay. In terms of like our depth right now on this team, we're pretty good. And I'm not exactly thrilled that I am mentioning Jalen Williams, but if we're not going to get into an argument that this is an actual debate, I think Jaren Jackson Jr. is a clear upgrade over Jalen Williams. And I'm happy to have a Defensive Player of the Year as my starting power forward. Now we have 2 depoys in our front court. All right, there's nothing else I can do with this team. I'm excited for it. We won 74 games last year and came up a bit short in the finals. See you guys at the start of the 3rd and final season. We made one major move this offseason. That was acquiring former Defensive Player of the Year, Jaren Jackson Jr. He's going to help anchor our front court next to another depoy winner in Chet Holmgren. I mean, this team won 74 games last year. We made an upgrade at our power forward spot. I mean, if we don't win a championship, I don't know what team is. It's Shai-Gilgeous, Alexander, Josh Giddey, Brandon Ingram, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Chet Holmgren, the bench unit. Alistair Thompson, Jalen Williams, Isaiah Collier, Poku, and Matas Buzelos. I'll see you guys at the end of year 3 here in Oklahoma City. If this team doesn't win a championship, it might go down as my greatest failure in the history of my 5, 6, or whatever the hell years I've been doing rebuilds for. We go 79-3. 79-3. Darius Garland, I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. If we're not winning a championship, I'm seriously going to start questioning this game as a whole. I really am. Let's take a look at the numbers on the year. I mean, everything spreads out a little bit when guys get better, and we had a guy like Jaren Jackson Jr. Let's just go ahead and get to the damn thing. I don't really care who's on what team. I mean, we shouldn't be losing to anybody. We do drop one game to the Houston Rockets. It doesn't really matter. This is like the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. I'm so excited that they did this. Bobby Portis looks awesome in that picture. All right, let's keep scrolling through and hopefully getting through teams without any sort of trouble. We end up sweeping the Dallas Mavericks. We have Utah here in the Western Conference Finals. Doesn't really look like much changed. Oh my God, we go to 7? We went to 7. We're running it back with the Pistons, and yeah, I mean, they're good. You know what they are. I still think we're the clear-cut better team, and hopefully we go out and we prove that, and we did. And Shai-Gilgeous Alexander, your finals MVP. Holy hell, what a rebuild. In terms of 2K, it's a huge pain in the ass that this game is still having issues like this that are lasting longer than, like, I don't know, a day. Like, if that, like, there are legitimately people out there that get paid to make sure nothing is wrong with this game and to fix this game. And I know that a lot of the times they're checking my team and, you know, my player, whatever the hell. Do people, like, a lot of people still play that? I feel like I haven't seen a lot of videos on that. Nonetheless, this game is getting to the point where I know it's a cookie-cutter game. It's the same thing. It's a copy and paste every year with a couple small adjustments, mostly adjustments that nobody really gives a shit about. And so, I mean, it's annoying, but we don't really have any other option at this point. So, for me, I'm still enjoying doing this. I just wish they would fix simple problems. Like, you know what I'm saying? We've seen problems in Start Today before. Hell, they couldn't even let us play it until months after the release of this game for God knows what reason. But fix your fucking game. We're sick of it. I know we don't make you money, but fix your fucking game. Nobody paid money to have to wait 7 days for you to fix your dog shit game. It's a pain in the ass, and I'm sick of it, and I hope you guys aren't too annoyed with me for ranting at them. Not that anybody's ever going to see this, but it pisses me off. It really does. I don't know. That's all I'm going to say. Fix your piece of shit game. Let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. And yeah, man, I'm happy I'm done with 2K for the day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.